Alright, so the other day I made a video about Bitnest, and some persons are still asking me what is going on with Bitnest and all that. That is why we always have our community for every project we are doing. We create community for those projects, and also I always post updates in the on the YouTube channel. Alright, so previously there was an issue that I was trying to uh, track the other day, and I stated very clearly that the two propositions that Bitnest we are making cannot both be true. Cannot both be true. All right, the two propositions cannot both be true. A smart contract cannot both be immutable and at the same time have a manual contract call. Is not possible. That means it is not immutable. If contracts calls are manually done, then it cannot be uh, immutable. So that day we asked a question that I stated that business need to clarify us on how they can actually um, do manual matching when the smart contract is decentralized and the ownership is renounced. How possible is that? How are they going to do that for a decentralized smart contract project that the ownership is renounced and there is no critical administrative function, and the contract address is not a proxy contract? So I asked those questions, and they didn't provide any clarification up to today. They did not provide a clarification on how that is being done. So we decided to continue making our research, and then one of my students also sent me something that is very concerning, and I think it has given me another view of the project, which I will be talking about right now. What is actually happening on Bitness? Remember that there was a time they said that those who bought node will be prioritized. That means if you bought the node, you will receive your payment. So when he chatted one of the admins, one of the admins told him that payment is already going for those who have bought nodes, and she sent him a transaction hash to actually confirm that yes, payment is actually going. That means the admins can actually pay people manually for a smart contract project that is renounced. It means that the admins are actually paying people manually. So how are they able to do that? So he started making research, and he came up with some things which I'm also going to check. He also sent me the transaction hash to check. All right, so we use different tools to do our research, including artificial intelligence. So that is why we are going to now. This is one of the transactions that they executed. Now we tend to do research on the type of transaction that actually occurred here. Sometimes when we are doing research on some of these things, you think that it is easy to just check a project and say this project is legit or this project is not legit. A lot of things, the DeFi is very complex in the way that there are a lot of things that you need you need to be very critical about for you to understand. All right, so this is what this contract is all about. You can see that this is not just a normal wallet to wallet withdrawal. All right, this is actually a contract call. All right, and you can see that this is coming from the liquidity pool ending in 3121 to an address ending in E731. All right, and this person uh, was paid $867 dollars. All right, so that means there was a payment, and this payment was initiated. All right, this payment was initiated by a sender. All right, somebody actually initiate somebody. The first trigger is that the person circulation was over, and then another person initiated the payment to go successfully. All right, so you can see the if we go to the logs, let's go to the logs. If you go to the logs, you will see the detailed explanation of what happened here. All right, you will see a detailed explanation of what happened here. If you go to the log, you will actually see that this thing was actually done manually. All right, somebody made this payment. All right, uh and by paying a gas that triggered the function call. All right, and that function call um interacted with a smart contract that ends in 4AE. All right, it interacted with a contract, a smart contract that ends in 4AE. Okay, okay. So um so this contract actually control the fund and executed the logic. And then when that occurred, the person who has the wallet address ending in 731 received it. You can see what happened here. All right, you can see it when it was triggered. When it was triggered, uh, the person that has the wallet address ending in 731 received it. Okay, so what is the exact function that was called? Okay, so the person executed this order by uh, making a trigger by paying a gas fee, or by reducing the liquidity, all right, from the system. So there was what I'm saying in essence is that there was actually a manual payout. Okay, there was actually a manual payout. Now what is very concerning about this is, how is this possible for a decentralized smart contract? Why? How is manual payment possible if this is really a decentralized smart contract? So with this withdrawal mechanism, what happened here is that this particular smart contract is a smart contract that is controlled. All right, and the withdrawal of this smart contract is being controlled by an admin. All right, that pays this stable coin to user based on internal order or balance. So in a simple in a simple term, the platform kept the funds in the liquidity pool. Then when a user requests or trigger a withdrawal. Now, requesting for a withdrawal or triggering a withdrawal in this sense is that when your circulations are over, all right, when your circulations are over, the contract will remove liquidity from that stable coin portion to the user. All right, so now what is the implication of this? All right, it simply means that this contract call can remove liquidity from the liquidity pool. All right, the contract can remove liquidity from the liquidity pool, and the contract can also reroute funds to another wallet address. That is the implication. All right, so and withdrawals only rely on internal orders. Okay, so in this case now, it is no longer an issue of whether the contract is fully decentralized. At this point, the contract is not fully decentralized, and then for that reason, the users have to do what? To trust the admins. The users have to trust the admins. Bitnest can debunk me on this if what I'm saying is not true. But from what I am seeing here, it means that the trust is no longer on the DeFi project but on the admins, because the admins have the power to choose who to pay and who not to pay. So you may be asking, okay, in that case, why is some people getting paid while some persons are not getting paid. With what I'm seeing here, the admin now have the power to choose who to pay and who not to pay. So the admin can decide to pay you and not pay the other person, and decide to pay the other person and not pay the other person, because the admin have the power. So this is no longer a decentralized medium of withdrawal. This is now a centralized settlement, but claiming to be a DeFi project. Okay, so that is it. And what another thing is that this particular concept can be abused depending on the admin or the owner who is in charge of the liquidity. All right, so that is it. So this is no longer how is this possible when everything is showing that the ownership was renounced, the whole thing was okay. Now, from what I can see here, PancakeSwap V3 is holding different liquidity. All right, PancakeSwap V3 holds different liquidity from different platforms, and for that reason, it is no longer an independently controlled liquidity by the sole owner that is connected to the liquidity. But now, since it is generally it generally holds different liquidity, the admins who route funds to that V3 may have some routes through which they can control the liquidity, because they are the ones that build the system and connect it to that particular liquidity. All right, so that is what I discovered. That is what we discovered from this particular concept. And remember, on 28th, which is tomorrow, Bitnest is also launching their new mechanism and loop mechanism. So let's see how it goes. All right, so you all can see that the we've gone beyond just following what is on the trend. Now we need to make further research. We have to check if PancakeSwap V3, that even if the ownership is renounced, they can still have access to the liquidity. So see what I asked, see what they answer. Yes, in PancakeSwap V3, ownership like master chef contract owner can appear renounced, but LPs liquidity providers still control their specific liquidity positions through the NFTs, allowing them to withdraw tokens or claim fees via the MasterChef contract, which handles interaction even if the main PancakeSwap owner is gone. The key is that your funds are tied to your unique LP NFT, which you manage. The ownership being renounced usually refers to central control over new rewards or pool creation, not your existing staked assets. All right, so how it works in PancakeSwap V3, LP NFTs. When you add liquidity in V3, you get non-fungible tokens, NFTs representing your specific positions. That is tokens plus price range. MasterChef contract. This contract manage farms and pools. You stake your LP NFT into it. Interaction, not ownership. You interact with the MasterChef contract to claim fees or withdraw your tokens, not directly with the main PancakeSwap contracts. Renounce ownership. If the owner of the MasterChef contract renounce ownership, it means they can't meet new cake rewards or change pool allocations. Your assets. Your LP NFT still exists, and you retain the right to call functions on the MasterChef contract like withdraw or claim to get your tokens and earn fees back, even if the original owner is gone. In summary, renounced ownership usually affects protocol level control like new emissions, not user level control over already provided liquidity. You hold the NFT for your V3 position and can redeem your asset at any time by interacting with the relevant contracts, regardless of the main project's ownership status, as long as the contracts are functional. So you can see what is happening here now. So Bitnest is using V3 PancakeSwap, and for that reason, they own the liquidity that is in there, so they can actually call that liquidity and they can actually withdraw the money on the liquidity anytime, because this is PancakeSwap V3.